AITA for not removing a photo my girlfriend told me before she moved in with me. I, 26M, think this is completely ridiculous, but maybe I'm actually wrong, so here goes. I've been with my girlfriend, 26F, for 5 years, but we've known each other since we were 15. I'm fortunate to have my own place, and we've discussed for a while her moving in with me as she has been staying in the house more often. This wasn't a problem until she was about to move in. I have a few photos in the house of me with members of my family. The problem is with a specific photo of me with my brother and father. She told me to remove the photo before she moved in to accommodate her. I asked her why. She answered that it's weird, but to me, there's nothing weird about the photo, she's the one making it weird. Maybe the only thing weird about the photos is that all of them are from when I was a child, but none of them are inappropriate or have something you can take the wrong way. She had no other argument and, in the end, I refused and she said she wouldn't move in and I was okay with that. This has been a topic of discussion for the past few days. Some of our friends and even my father said that I should remove the photo to make her feel welcome, but I just find that, again, ridiculous. Edit: I won't post the photo because I don't feel comfortable, but I will describe it as much as possible. The photo was taken when my brother was 6 and I 7. In the middle is my father with a grin from ear to ear, his eyes closed and his arms extended to the sides. To his left is my brother, buzz cut, standing straight with his arms at the side like a soldier and a serious face. To my father's right is me, long hair, standing like a boxer from 1910 with my chin up and a mean mug, all wearing a suit because it was taken at my uncle's wedding. The photo was taken outside the place where the event took place. There is nothing exceptional related to the place. The only things aside from us are the sun, the blue sky and a bunch of trees. She has met my family, she has always been respectful/friendly with them and vice versa. There haven't been incidents or problems with any of them. I have asked her and she has denied it. Her problem is with the photo I described above. I have other photos with my father and brother individually. I do the same pose in various photos. I have one doing the same pose with my paternal grandfather where we both wear boxing gloves. He taught me the pose. She has stayed in the house multiple days, even weeks. She has things here. She never brought up the issue. I'm all for compromising, but I need a proper explanation other than, it's weird. I still have long hair, even longer than before. She is very fond of it and it is not a problem. None of the photos stand out. They're put on a small part of the wall in the living room with the others, including the ones I'm with. They're not big or I'd basically be upholstering the entire wall. She had issues with her family but they solved it. But I don't rule out that something happened that she hasn't told me. Small update. I'm reading your replies, but my apologies for not answering every comment, they are just too many. We have talked this morning and this has nothing to do with me or my family butchers. The photos brought some feelings and she was feeling bad for someone else and not for herself. It has to do with one of her nephews. He is going through the same situation as her when she was 15, no sexual abuse, for those concerned, and she has been blocked about what to do. She apologized for her behavior in the past days and for taking it out on me instead of coming for help. I'm going to see her once I get out of work so she can tell me about it and we can find a way to stop her from going nuclear on her family and we can help her nephew. Update. Before the update, I will clarify some points and also, please excuse my English, it is my third language. I looked at the photo for a solid 30 minutes and again, there is nothing remotely wrong. It wasn't taken at the wedding but at the reception and still, it wasn't a religious wedding and you can't tell there is a party going on. Also, I said the size of the photo but I was just spitting nonsense, it's smaller. Religion was noted. We are not religious and we have no incidents related to it. My father's pose was also pointed out. I know it's hard to imagine it. His arms are not extended like a T, they are extended in an angle with his palms open pointing at us, like, look at them. I used grin, but smile is better, synonyms in the end, but whatever. He says that in previous photos with him we just stand there and smile and he expected the same, but we just came up with that. I was the first to pose and when my brother saw me, he didn't know what to do and ended up standing still and serious. He also says that our poses described perfectly how we were in our childhood, my brother, the goody two-shoes, and me, the troublemaker. He was trying not to laugh his ass off, and that's why he had his eyes closed and a smile from ear to ear. You also pointed out that a member of my family molested or slept with my GF. We might be a little wild, but we're not complete animals. Everyone in my family is friendly and most importantly, very respectful to my GF, the same way we are with my brother's wife, father's wife and uncle's wife, women who joined our family and who also treat us the same way. Besides, grandma would cut our balls if we act inappropriately with any of them or other women. We in any sense would break someone's trust or would go lengths to split our already small family, we would rather lose an arm. And there are no incidents of this kind in my GF's family either. Many of you jump to extremes. I can't fault you given the amount of information I provided. I hope this update clears things down. My GF had problems with her family when she was 15. All of them, including all of her extended family, are involved in the medical field and they expect everyone to do the same. They were very supportive of her until she decided to follow a different path. They let her study what she wanted, but there was friction. They spent her high school years in therapy fixing their relationship and they did according to her. Now, her nephew, her brother's son, also wants to pursue a different career. He has been facing the same problems my GF faced. He called her because he knows that she does something completely different and because the relationship with his father and even with my GF's parents changed drastically. The call happened days before she was about to move in with me and what caused her behavior. My GF wanted to deal with the situation before she moved in with me and by herself. Unfortunately, she did it horribly. On the day of our fight, she hadn't thought of anything other than going ballistic. She was going to tell me about it and ask for help, but she decided to pick a stupid fight to buy time and deal with the situation. Not only the mentioned photo but all of them brought bad feelings. She just selected the goofiest one. She not only felt bad for herself, but especially for her nephew. She doesn't have a problem with the photos, she likes them, or with my family, it's the contrast. I hope this makes sense. My family has always supported us no matter what, and the photos show that, while with her family, it seems, their support is still conditional. She thought her family knew better at this point after what happened to her. In our first chat after I made the post, she apologized for her behavior and told me what I wrote above. She explained that she felt overwhelmed and she broke down when the thought that I might be breaking up with her popped into her head. I never implied, which prompted her to book an emergency session with her therapist. She had the session before our talk. She accepts and knows that everything could have been avoided if she had told me what was happening. Despite what this situation implies, she has never made these types of demands and knows that I don't tolerate them. She completely regrets it. Our communication has always been good. We have always been open with our needs, problems, and what we want in the future. Not for nothing we are moving together. We already had a long trial thanks to the quarantine. I understand her a little because things have been going really well between us and with her family. The situation with her nephew came out of nowhere and shook her up a lot. She knows that I'm still a bit upset that it took her this long to come to her senses and she keeps apologizing, but she's taking the right steps to move forward, so we're cool. We also talked, still do, more in depth about us and we are on the same page. I'm not going anywhere and she's been more than explicit that she isn't either. She suggested couples therapy and although I'm not against it, if we communicate like before and now, I think we'll be fine, but I don't rule it out. We are going to keep things as they are for now until the situation with her family is resolved, whatever the outcome, which made her rush to message her parents to set a meeting with them next week. LOL. We are taking it easy and dealing with one problem at the time. The photos are staying and she will bring hers once she moves in to put them with them like we agreed before.